What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. So, here we are. Herald is $20 freaking dollars. How did this happen? Well, while it was at $3, I told you this is a pretty good pickup. Then Zaborg jumps to $18 from hype with the Deva rituals and all their support, and I still say Herald's a pretty good pickup at 6 because you're going to be dumping 3 of these with Zaborg if you're going for that deck. Then we get Nekroz buffed on a ban list. Then we get Mega Zaborg and Nekroz reprints. And the only missing piece that is something you play at 3 of them things is Herald of the Arclight. And if you're looking to play past Nekroz format as well, you're likely playing this in your extra deck to dump for Nekroz Kaleidoscope. Man, $20, I didn't think we'd see it. Now, this is a point I don't bring up, I feel, enough on Market Watch. There's other sites besides TCG Player and eBay, and they're in business for a reason. So when we look through and we see $20 Herald of Arclight Megaton, $19 Unlimited, 21st Ed, Next Challengers, and then the special edition, which printed every super rare in the set, by the way. So this isn't like this was it in the special edition, it was easy to pull. No, the quantity is pretty low, and people were chasing after El Shadol Fusion at the time, the quick play Shadol Fusion, and we look at this, and it's at a pretty crazy price too. The quantities just aren't going to self-replace after all these years. Well, eBay's also in the same state, $18, $20. But when you go and look at other sites, you'll see randomly in stock $8.50 for the Mega Pack version at Troll and Toad. You need to go around to these independent sites and search for deals like this. If you're really freaking out, panicking, you wanted to play Nekroz, you hadn't got it together, you were thinking about Nekroz past format, you're thinking it's maybe too late, there's 2 options. You wait for the fallout and see the price it's going to go to, or you look around for deals on these independent sites. Again, they're there for a reason. They do regular business for a reason, and it's worth shopping around and looking around. Talking about the big boys, Pro Play Games is having an event here in the DFW for Dragon Ball Super, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Vanguard, and I'm gonna be commentating with Simo. So you might want to go ahead and check out the live stream, but if you're in Texas, you might want to pre-register now. Yes, Market Watch, the value of pre-registering. You get extra stuff guaranteed when you pre-register. For $30, you get a Field Center lanyard, pen, and notepad, and I think you get some extra prizes, including a 2-player cloth mat for the $50 VIP registration. Again, this is for a $3,200 cash event, as well as I believe you get free registration into the 1K on Sunday if you pre-register as well. So tons of bonuses for pre-registering. Make sure you know the time and date. Saturday, April 20th, 8 a.m. and then Sunday, April 21st. I believe it's earlier than 6 p.m. I'm pretty sure. So they should update that on the site. I'll talk to them about that. But definitely be sure to check in, at least on Twitch, if not coming in person, and pre-registering if you're one of my fellow Texans. And you can see me and Simo there. We'll be signing stuff in our downtime, maybe pulling a few side events on the stream. We'll see what we're going to be doing. Now let's talk Banlist fears here on Market Watch. Thunder Dragon Colossus is a big yikes, almost down to $30 flat, huh? This is actually insane. Konami came out and they said, we're going to do a minimalistic ban list. We're not going to really shake things up too much with this one. People are really enjoying themselves because they know if they hit Solomon Greats, then they have to hit everything else. If they hit Sky Strikers, they've got to hit Solomon Greats, and they got to balance. What are they going to hit? Who knows? Maybe just the rank up magic, maybe Rusty Bardish, maybe Azathoth itself. Who knows what they're really gonna go for in this ban list, but the fears have the market all over the place when we're looking around and jumping around. Sky Striker engaged, back under 40, towards 38. Widow Anchor, back under 30, just by a smidgen. It was towards 32, I think, last time I looked at it, though. All these main decks people typically have because they want them, but now the ban list is creeping up, the WCQ season is there, we don't know what's going to happen, and it's all speculation, especially with Konami coming out and saying, we're not going to do too much, probably. So that's also to note, the first time we have had people freaking out with their heads cut off when the no sooner than expired. No sooner than, no sooner, oh wait, Konami actually talked to us. Things are pretty nice right now in the realm of Yu-Gi-Oh, but Man, I did not see Thunder Dragon Colossus just losing like 40% of its value. That is freaking insane to me. Dual power, the elephant in the room on each of these market watches. People are asking me, it seems like prices have bottomed out, that it's not going to be as competitive anymore. Here's where we are. The sealed product, it's going to drive up. It's going to drive up from the next couple of weeks. It's going to sell out. And we're going to be waiting for an unlimited run of it, and nobody knows when that is. The singles, however, certain singles will continue to trickle down as they try to get rid of their excess stock. They try to secure their profits instead of just their investment back, and the people who invested in this are still going to keep stacks and stacks of certain investment cards for over time. Now, with prices seemingly bottomed out, there are things that I would head towards earlier than later, like Cyber Dragon Nashter. Actually, when we look at other Cyber Dragon stuff later in this market watch, it's started to jump around as well. Not so much the Saiho stuff, because I think it's easily accessible. People who already wanted it should have had it at those prices, but maybe the people who were holding off on Cyber Emergency are now wincing even more because it was at 21 to 22, now jumping to freaking 26. So thinking that Cyber Dragon Nashter, similar to Cyber Emergency, is one of those harder to get cards, despite the wide quantity of pulls, it might be something I go for earlier. Playsets of Evenly Matched being around 36 is freaking insane. That's less than 2 Megatens if you think about it. Necros of Brionica. It's way cheaper than I thought. We see Chow Productions here has opened an insane amount of Megatens, having 104 copies, and again having to undercut each other to bring the prices down slowly. I don't know that we'll see it head towards 8. 10 seems pretty realistic for Brio. Borlo Dragon, one of the shorter pulls overall. Chow Productions again lowest, the Alter Art. I think this is a pretty good deal for a one of in the extra deck that used to be $60 freaking dollars. And Ash Blossom, at some point it was cheaper than its common. I think there was a $6 listing or something, and that of course is gone. But pretty crazy to see you can get basically the holofoil printing for the price the common was at, and I haven't looked at the common in a bit. Ghost Ogre, way easier to get Euro print, I believe, but we see here as well Chow Productions is having an insane amount of quantities, and we see him have to undercut people. So, like I said, these independent sellers who opened a ton of it are going to come in swinging, which also brings me to fellow Zodiac mod and YouTuber Robbie Cole having 69 freaking cases of this. I can't wait to see his actual ratios because I've heard there's a lot of clumping here. So, what's clumping in a set? Well, some people are getting like 0 sphere mode out of their entire case, yet they're getting 4 Bryonics, where the average case is like getting 1 to 2 Bryonics. So, there's this clumping effect, and I really hope that Robbie goes through his cases one by one and kind of takes note of how crazy some cases were, or maybe he'll just bust them all open, but I really hope he kind of sees like, oh man, 4 impermanents here, 1 here, like that kind of stuff is happening. So it's very interesting ratio wise, and a lot of people are posting awesome pulls from cases, and then some people are posting not so awesome ones, but it's really interesting to see. Now when we get all the way to page 3, we're already at like $1. You have to remember that people are spending like $1 a card here, so tripling your money per card, even doubling your money is pretty nice. But what I really want to note here when I talk about like investments from this set, dollar crystal wings, which I'm pretty sure are harder to pull than Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Dollar crystal wings, that is interesting to me, although it does have its Battles of Legend printing, which was very high quantity, pretty much 1 in every box. So it's really crazy to see what people are going to hold on to, what people are going to let go, and it's going to be a show. It really is, up through the Unlimited Edition, and then after that, for a while to come, it's going to be a show on what's going to be popping up and down. Now, we've already talked about the Cyber Dragon stuff. Let's go ahead and over to Flood and just talk real quick about the good old Orcust decks. It's interesting. Ibli was once holding solid 30-33, now down towards 23, and even down towards 20-ish on eBay at 22. We see Orchestrated Return falling back to earth. It used to be at 10 to 12. It's been falling down. Dane is coming. And Dane's not just a nice fellow, that's the next core set. And it's really going to take Orcust to another level, which is why I am hoping they lose the rank up as a thought play in general. But there's been murmurs of people hoping that Nightmare Mermaid joins Nightmare Goblin on the Forbidden list. I could kind of see it, but at the same time, like, I would not expect it. Like, I wouldn't like say, yeah, that's what they're gonna do. I could just see it. Yeah, that's a big brain play, but will Konami take a hold of it? So people are thinking, yeah, they're gonna hit Orcust early. It's one of YCS. They need to take care of this. Again, ban lists are just speculation, and it's really interesting to see how it's been influencing the market, how people have been expecting ahead of time hits. I think Orcust is going to be one of the top contenders in this WCQ season. It's fallen behind a little bit right now, but gets a huge boost coming up. So do keep that in mind heading forward. What are you guys thinking? You're going to be playing for the WCQ if you're planning on attending, and how do you see the season's fallout for the market, as now we're really in that race for the WCQ, but the reprint season is here. We know Battles of Legend ahead has several things for us, but it's after the WCQ this year. How are you planning around the WCQ and the market, and for your decks this year? What are you playing? I truly do want to know. Then again, there's a ban list looming, so it's really hard to say, isn't it? It's really hard to say, oh yeah, I'm sticking with strikers, and that's reflected in the market. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation, and let me know what you think. I really do want to have that conversation. I'm pretty excited for this never before seen like drop in prices in the WCQ season. Like, imagine if Rod Bull, Dryden, etc. Like, it's crazy. Imagine like $30 barrages or something.